One of the strategies I always use in Monopoly is I buy every piece of land that I land on, even the cheap land like Baltic. Everybody knows Baltic. And some people won't even buy Baltic because even with hotels on it, you get like $12. But it's an awful nice place to own. Later on in the game, when you're coming around go, you hit Baltic and you own it instead of having to give up your $200 to the other dude who owns it. At that point in time, what you own becomes your safe zone to land on. Whether it's the railroads or Baltic or Park Place or some other property, the whole idea is it teaches us the value of possessing the land. And the Bible has so much to say about possessing the land. And of course, it doesn't just mean natural land. It's talking about spiritual property and relationship property and emotional property. You probably think it's a real rule, but it's not a real rule. Where when you land on free parking, you get everything that's in the middle. Did you know there's not even supposed to be a middle? Like when we pay the banker, we put it in the middle. We start the game off with $500 in the middle. And you land on free parking, you get the $500. But my family's crazy. We tithe on everything we get. I taught my kids to tithe. Just because you're playing Monopoly doesn't mean you shouldn't tithe. So we're always tithing, putting it in the middle. And man, I tell you, when I first started doing it, I would get people angry. I remember one time going on an elders retreat with my leaders, and I started tithing to the middle, and I was just letting the people know, listen, I'm a tither. I'm a tithe in the middle. And a couple of people followed me. They started doing it. And then I just was winning everything. And I remember one of the ladies going, this isn't fair. You need to stop tithing. You're cheating. I thought, isn't that an awesome testimony? She was laughing the whole time. But the fact is that even in Monopoly, that idea of sowing and tithing was working. And it was just God doing it, and showing the example in all things in life. Because even in the game of life, it's about possessing the land. It's about building on that land. Spiritual land, emotional land, financial land, real land, every type of possession, every type of land, and then submitting our land to the Lord. And what we're really saying is, this is your property. This is your land. You've given me the power to gain wealth, the Bible says. And then with that power to gain wealth comes my ministry. And that's true with all of us, whether you're a pastor or a layperson. Our ability to gain property in life, in every area of life. Forget about money for a moment. Just any area where something is gained. When you do that, if you'll then submit it to the Lord, He'll take that gain and He'll make a ministry out of it. Nothing in life will ever satisfy you. Nothing until it becomes a ministry. Being a parent will never be satisfying unless you minister as a parent. It's just being a servant is what the word means. Being a good husband or a good wife will never become satisfying until you turn being a husband into being a servant. Being a good pastor, you'll never be satisfied if you're just trying to get a lot of people and look cool and get on TV until you begin to serve with all those things. Being a business owner could just become a drudgery, just something you hate, until you start serving with it and the Lord gives you a ministry out of it. And so what we're all about as we go from one place to another place in our success, as we go around the Monopoly board in life and we gain more out of life. And of course, we're not competing with each other. We're competing with each other against the enemy of our soul. We're trying to gain the real estate of human souls, bring them into the kingdom. And God is blessing us as we go around the board of life. What I want to encourage us in is that we have the attitude of everything that we land on is not only ours, but it's ours to give to the Lord, and then the Lord in turn gives us a ministry, and out of our ministry we live satisfied, powerful lives where God really causes us to enjoy the fruit of the land.